preparing, and I'm sure a lot of other people are preparing, and for the possible power outages that will likely to occur if this weather system turns out to be a lot worse than what they were anticipating. You may say, Gina, honey, I'm not gonna, it's all gonna fizzle out. No, 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 it's not gonna fizzle out. The weather's gonna get cold. It's already getting cold. Hey, Applebrooks, honey. Yeah, it's already getting cold. You need to stock up on some batteries. Let's look at this visual right here from the weather.gov. Good morning, Sandy. Be a blessing. Let's look at this. Winter weather safety. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Vonda, Donna. You need a cell phone charger. You need some winter snacks, mittens, hat, boots, warm clothes. Hey, Pippi. Michelle. First aid kit, jumper cables, spare tire, flares, fuel tank. You need to fill up your gas tank. Sand or kitty litter. You need a tow rope. You need some blankets. You need a scraper. Look, you got to have this stuff in your car right there. You do not, I promise you, you don't want to be stranded out there in a car and the storm's coming and you're trapped in the traffic. It's come to a halt. You're going to freeze if you're not prepared. Good morning. Good morning. That's right there. But in Kentucky, I found something in Kentucky. How do you prepare for power outages? And there are people who are going to have power outages. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. 15 fantastic tips to stock up on. Stock up on your batteries. Make sure you have a good supply of batteries. And if they're rechargeable, ensure they're fully charged. Good morning. You have a different sizes for your whatever you need. You know, the smoke detector, your clocks. Yeah, you got a clock that's digital. You better get a backup battery for it. Or you can get one of those wind-up clocks or something. Check your flashlights. Make sure you know where they're at. Make sure they're going to be working. Fill your car up at the gas station. Don't wait to the last minute. When you wait to the last minute, this is how gas stations run out of gas. They deplete the resources just like that. Oh my gosh. Yes, good morning. You just tuning in. A storm is coming. What storm is coming? You live in Michigan. Well, the weather's coming. We have an Arctic blast, a cold blast. I don't know what they're calling it. Some kind of Armageddon thing, I think. Some are referring it to. Remember a long time ago, it was like last year or two, we found a video. We found some footage, documentation on some scientists saying that while they were calling for the global warming, it literally a mini ice age was coming. Remember that? And they like to shadow ban that. Was that the day after tomorrow when that mini ice age came? I can't remember what it was, or 2012 or something. The guy has to go get his son, who's literally stuck in a library in New York because the mini ice age occurred because they were using old climate. He used a very old climate model and he figured out what was coming. Yes, that's what it was. Fill up your gas, fill up your car. If you can afford it, fill it up. Buy a charger, a car charger for your phone. Because if it's really cold, if you got a car charger for your phone, you can use your car, excuse me, you can use a car battery. You can get an old school phone because the digital phones aren't going to work. And your cordless phone, if you have a house phone, it's not going to work. And if you get an old school phone, I've got an old school phone, but you know what they did? They disconnected the copper wiring that is originally in the landlines. Oh, we're going to phase them out. So you know what they did? They they wired up my phone to the fiber optic and they put like a 10-hour battery on it. And now if I don't have a battery after 10 hours, I don't have a house phone and I'm out in the country. Yeah. Yeah, the day after tomorrow is what it was. You have a battery and crank radio. That's perfect. A crank radio is really nice to have to with a flashlight. You better find out a way how you're going to go to the bathroom, get you a bucket or something. Well, you can still flush your toilet, maybe. You better have water to flush that toilet, though. Um, and if you have a gas furnace, you say, I'm good, I have a gas furnace. Well, your gas furnace needs electricity. to get that fan to activate. Yeah, that could be dangerous too. It could if you. I'm gas. I'm good. Um, Keep sufficient fuel on hand. Even a gas-powered furnace requires electricity to run the fans that send the warm air through the house. And if you have a gas fireplace, consider installing a battery backup for the starter if you don't already have one. If you rely on a wood stove for heat, stock up on the firewood and do not use propane heater inside a home unless it has one specifically designed for indoor use. Carbon monoxide can build up and create a deadly hazard. You got to have ventilation for a propane. Good morning, Blackjack Guitar. Stock up on your water, even though it might freeze. You need to have water. It's essential. Even your body's not even going to function correctly without water. All the processes that it has to go through if you ain't got enough. Oh my goodness gracious. If you have municipal water supply, your water taps will keep flowing. You in even a power outage, if you rely on water from the well, you're not so lucky. The pump won't work without electricity. Isn't that interesting? Some people have a water pump. They install a electric water pump for their well, but they don't got a manual whatever. Are you going to go out there and pump that water by hand? Are you going to do it? They used to have some that would be in the house, they're like that. Yeah, you are snuggling up with your husband and you prefer to freeze. He'll not listen to this type of info. Oh my. Levi first. That's okay. Then I guess you're going to freeze. Maybe your husband can keep you warm. When it gets right down to it, he might snap into action, say, I'm not going to sit here and freeze. I got to get up and I got to get moving. That's right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my. That's great. You're Chris. You got to prepare meals. Consider how you're going to prepare your food without electricity. And if you got a gas appliances, you should be able to light them with a match. If you ain't got matches, you ain't gonna light that gas stove or a lighter. You better be careful. You better have a lighter that you don't have to keep flicking like that because you got low juice in that lighter. You better get you some matches and a lighter if you have a gas stove, and just be careful because you just turn it like your gas grill. When your little igniter don't work, and just get your head back because if you turn that gas knob and it ain't lighting, you better get your head back when it does light because it's going to go poof like that, just like your gas grill. So you can go outside and use your gas grill if you can weather it. You can do it. You can use a propane grill or an open fire to cook outdoors. And if that's your plan, you got to stock up on propane or wood and make sure you have a manual can opener. You got a manual can opener, Gina? Honey, I don't use those. They're too hard for my hand. I use electric can opener. Well, if you're going to eat canned goods and it don't have a pull top, you need a manual can opener. You don't want to do it the old-fashioned way where they take this little tool, look like a bottle opener on one side, and you press it down in the can. You have to keep going and going and going. Are you going to be using a cordless drill to probably drill steel metal shavings into your food? In your can, metal shavings. I'll just use my drill. Okay, you'll be having metal shavings in your food, and that'll get in your body and make a big mess of your whole entire body. Yeah. Let's see what's happening. Yeah. Let me look at this. What is going on? I don't even know what's going on here. I don't. Stock up on your non-perishable food if you got it. In the event of a long-time power outage, you may run out of fresh food. You probably will. Or you might find that you're not able to cook anything. Yeah, hey there, Ronnie, honey. Stock up on non-perishable food, like nut butters. Is that a nutty butter? Canned fruit and juices, granola bars, crackers to keep yourself nourished. And in case you can't cook, you got to have dry food, I guess. Keep your pipes from freezing. Your pipes are in danger of freezing. You probably got to wrap them up if they're not sufficiently insulated. Um, if you're concerned that your pipes might freeze, once they freeze, they're going to bust. Shut off the main water valve in your home and open up all the faucets until the pipes are empty. Just run it. And if you don't know where the main shutoff valve is, find out before the next storm comes. Some people will let their water just drip when it's really cold. Turn the faucet on so it can just barely drip. Y'all got some ideas of what you're going to use in a power outage? Yes, make your food ahead of time. If you got a cooler, hey, you can put some stuff in a cooler. Oh, you're supposed to turn down the temperature in your refrigerator too. Lower the temperature in your refrigerator and freezer before the storm hits. Then if the power goes out, they'll both stay cooler longer, and increasing your chances that your food will last. And consider moving perishable like milk and meat into the freezer so they stay colder. And conserve the cold air inside. Avoid opening the refrigerator doors. Get a battery powered radio or a hand crank radio. You can get them, they're expensive now. Or hand crank flashlight. Yeah. Spin the can. Spin the can up after work tomorrow. What's that mean? Spin can up after work tomorrow. Algamicamicus, whatever. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, no, I don't. This is really good right here. Consider a living room camp out. This is cool. Loss of power could be an excuse for a fun camp out in the living room ahead of the storm. Make sure set your tent up in the living room, and sleeping bags are a good shape. Acquire your items if you don't have them. Ensure you have plenty of heavy blankets. Then when the power is out and the temperature is in the house drop, set up the tent. Unroll the sleeping bag, and the body heat from several family members jammed together in an enclosed space will help keep everybody warm, and you'll have a fun, or you can take plastic or a blanket, take something if you can, and some nails or a staple gun. Close off a part of your house that you can stay warm in, truly, because you're going to have to stay warm, and you don't want the whole cold air blowing into one area. Yeah. Um, Um, Winterize your home. If you've been meaning to caulk your windows before the weather strikes, check the weather stripping around your doors and stuff. Door draft stoppers, or put some towels or something at the bottom of your doors so the cold air don't blow in. Invest in a generator, but you can't have a generator inside your house because you get that buildup of whatever that is, toxicness. Yeah. It had to be outside, but then I guess it ain't going to, eventually you're going to run out of propane and you're going to run out of gas unless you got these big old massive propane tanks in your yard or stuff like that. You can even have a kerosene heater. You're going to have to get creative. You could get some hand warmers. You said your hands get cold. You go buy them at the store. Go to Walmart or something. Get you some hand warmers that people use when they go hunting. Do something like that. Prepare for emergency during a power outage. I'm not going to do no Weather Channel thing. They loaded with it. You got to get emergency kit, first aid, non-perishable water. Hello. Natural gas will only last so long. That's right. And you'll need other heat sources. Dr. Frankenstein, thank you very much. You got to get yourself prepared for the winter. Don't wait to the last minute if the storm is coming. And there is an Arctic cold front coming. Some people can get it's predicted up to 21 inches of snow. And if you live in the states that already get like a foot of snow or something like that, I'm sure you're fully prepared for it. And some people may say, well, they call for this stuff and nothing ever happens. It all fizzles out. Well, we got a new president coming in, and the things are already happening, and there's a lot of tactics that are being used to just make it a miserable first beginning. And weather wouldn't be far out of the question. It wouldn't. Yeah. Um, when is it starting? Carbon buildup. I got carbon, and it ain't gonna do you no good to have no plug-in carbon monoxide detectors if you ain't got a battery backup for them. You gotta, okay, oh look, yeah, make sure you got your important documents, emergency kit. Charge all your devices. You gotta have some backup power for your essential electronics. You can get, you can get those wind up radio things. They even have thing where you can plug in your cell phone with a USB port. You can charge your cell phones like that. I mean, you're going to have to be spinning it a long time. Your hand might get tired. You might have to pass it around to other family members to spin it so you can have a charged battery on your phone. But if you ain't got no reception, I don't know what good it's going to do you. Yeah. So let's look at this. Stay informed. Use your flashlight safely. Oh yeah, if you got some candles, opt for battery powered flashlights instead of candles to minimize. Well, I got lots of candles and they really do light up the darkness. Even the darkest room, just one little, even your match. It's nice to have some candles on hand. It truly is. And a candle holder. If you ain't got a candle holder, you might want to go to Dollar Tree, get you a thing to put your little, is it like a teardrop candle in? That way it has a stand because it's not going to stand pretty good on its own. And if you think, "Oh, well, I'll just lean it in a can, I'll just lean it in a glass." Okay, well, your candle is not going to burn evenly. You're going to have wax dripping. Well, I'll put a bunch of paper towels around the base of my camera and I'll put it in a metal can. I'll empty out a metal can or a glass, and that way my candle will stay straight up. Okay. What are you going to do when it gets lower? You ain't going to be sticking your hand down into a glass like that. Yeah. I mean, you can improvise. You can truly improvise with all of that. You have to be hydrated. Especially if the weather is hot, if it's cold, you got to stay hydrated with some water. Um You got to think of your pets too. Your pets got to stay warm. That's not nice of you staying warm and your pet's freezing. If you got pets, don't leave them outside in the cold weather. They're going to freeze to death, probably. I remember it was really, really, it was a thunderstorm, bad thunderstorm or really, really cold weather, driving down the road, and this person had their dog outside on a leash that was maybe not even 8 foot long, stuck to a pole. I was so mad, and that's awful. If you're a person who does that, that's not nice. I think that is inhumane. Leaving an animal outside in thunderstorms and stuff, chained to a pole without any shelter, no doghouse, no nothing, or in the cold weather, they can't even go anywhere to get warm. They just out there and freezing. It's a horrible thing. I can't even get it out of my mind. I can't. They don't even got a doghouse. People don't even got a doghouse for their dogs. No shelter, no nothing. That's terrible. It really is terrible. At least get them a box or find something for them, something that won't fall down. At least they had some kind of shelter. They can't even crawl under a house or anything. No trees, no nothing, just out there in the cold. Because it's a disconnect in their mind. What are we talking about? Um, yeah, that's a different thing right there. Hurricane or power outages, six essential. There's going to be power outages. There's no way around it. And if you're in Europe, um, they already got the gas. They got the power cut. Yeah, winter storm and power outages. You'll take the dog if you have to leave it behind. Yeah, cold weather is coming. You need to prepare now. You got a few days. Is what you got. A few days. Let me see. Without electricities, homes are left. Without electricity, homes are left Without heating, refrigeration, and lighting, power loss can lead to dangerous living conditions if you're on a machine when you sleep at night or you need oxygen or something like that. Populations such as the elderly or those with young children and pets. You had to have an emergency plan. You had to identify your nearest warming centers when they will open and, if applicable, which one will allow pets, because they do have them at times. But that's if you're in the city. And if you use a fireplace, make sure your chimney is fixed. Have an emergency kit. Have contact information, carbon monoxide. Test your alarms, all of that. Yeah. You don't want to build up of carbon monoxide. You really don't. What's happening here? I don't know what happened to the bell that I had. Oh, there it is. We gotta ring that bell. We got some negative energy going out the door. We do. No, we gotta you gotta get yourself ready. And your generators will eventually. Can you imagine if the power's out for a long extended period of time and you have a generator and yours is the only one they're hearing? And if the society was to collapse, they're going to come to where that generator is at. Yes. Yeah. Gina, if you're Gina, if you're covering this, let people know how the city deals with this. It's a bit sad when you was with food. I'm not even looking at the comments as I'm talking. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I really don't. I don't live in the city. I don't know how it happens in the city. I don't. If you're talking about this topic right here, I don't. I have no idea. And if you're talking about animals being taken to the shelters, shelters get overrun and they will not take any more dogs than they can handle or feed or stuff like that. Oh, I had a sharp pain right there under my rib. It was really strange. Strangest things. Folks will start, no, no, they're not going to do it. Yeah. Oh, Levi, honey, yeah, I got to prepare for it. Okay, we're just going to do power outages, a winter storm. That's what you want. Winter storm. Actually, here, let me tell you what I do. I know a winter storm is coming. I just use myself as a reference, and a lot of other people use themselves. You don't really need to go on the internet and say, how do I need to prepare for a winter storm when you have experience preparing for a winter storm? What I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I get into one of these cubby holes because I have winter clothing. I've got some of the winter clothing out. I'm going to make sure I get the hats that are ready. We got the little rabbit hats. I bought them back in Maryland. So years and years ago, I'm always made sure my family had the appropriate clothing for whatever weather event would to occur. So I'm going to get out the hats. I'm going to get out the insulated socks because I got them. I'm going to get out the snow boots. I haven't got them all out. I got some of them out. We've already got out the winter bib coverall things and the coats. And I've got out some of the gloves, but I'm going to make sure I'm going to lay them out and see which ones we want to use. And I'm going to make sure my candles are accessible because I will use candles. I'll put them in their candle holders because I got candle holders for every type of candle that I got. I'm going to make sure I have matches out because I got matches. I'm going to make sure I have a pack of lighters out because I got lighters. And I'm going to make sure each person in the house has a candle in their room or two, candle in the bedroom, candle in the bathroom, and they're going to be secured on a stand. There's going to be a light or a match right near each candle. I'm going to make sure that I'm total electric here. I'm going to probably have my husband go up in the she shed and get down that big propane gas stove that I bought at a yard sale for $40. It was really nice. It was nice. Let me see it. Gas teen, gastine, propane gas stove, propane. I got 2 of them. I got a miniature one that has, you know, like the regular Coleman's that you can like put the can on and you just heat your coffee up on there or water, or get you a little pan to where you can heat that up and put your canned soup in it or whatever. But I got a bigger one for like $40, and it was really nice. I think I should have him bring that down here to the basement so I can like check it out and clean it up. Propane stove, camping stove. You gotta ventilate. You do. You gotta use this stuff wisely. So I'm gonna do that. Which one did I get? It's a big one, and I don't know. I'm gonna do Bass Pro. Bass Pro. I'm gonna see what they got. I don't even see the one that I got at Bass Pro. It's a massive one. It truly is. And I got one outside too. It's bigger. I mean, some people have these type right here. Some people have something like that too, a single burner one you can use. Where is the one that I got? Oh, I guess they don't make them anymore. You know, they have some that are really big, but they don't make them anymore, I guess. Maybe they do. Good morning. Okay, I'm going to, hey there, Al, honey, you coming in here? You on here, Al, honey? Okay, hello. So I'm going to make sure I got that propane tank stove ready. I'm going to make sure my water, I'm on city water. I've got water. I got some bottled water in bottles. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I got the Berkeys. I do. We got 3 Berkeys in the house. I'm going to make sure I turn those freezers up full blast. Raise the, well, it's going to be really cold outside, so I don't think that freezer is going to freeze, unthaw in the cold weather. I'm just going to make sure I got the candles ready, the flashlights ready, the cold winter attire ready, the snow boots ready. I'm going to get some hand warmers out too. I had bought a whole pack of hand warmers at the Goodwill a long time ago, last year, for $3. I mean, it was big old massive bag of them. I'm going to get those out. I'm going to have them ready. And I'm going to make sure the hand crank radios are ready. And I've got the NOAA weather. There's NOAA weather on some of the backup plug-in NOAA weather radios. They have the batteries also, so you can turn it on and listen to the alerts if there are any. Yeah, fill your bathtub with water if you can. Put some hints in here, you are the things that you would do. I definitely will make sure the candles are accessible, and the lighters. And I'll get the candle holders ready. I'll have it all ready for when it happens, if it happens. And that's what I'll do. And I'll make sure, well, I got manual can openers too. That's what I'll do. I don't really need to look at the website. And if I was to go out on a trip, I would make sure oh yeah, the warm blankets. Make sure you got some warm blankets. And if they're dirty, go wash them and put them in the dryer. That way they're going to smell nice when you use them. Yeah, don't forget about 32 Percoda. Use in nature to keep your frozen foods. That's right. You can put your stuff outside. You can. Raise your house temperature. Yeah. And if you got a tent, well, I got a camping tent, Gina. It's somewhere in the garage. Well, get it out. Get your camping tent. Get your camping tent out. And I saw this one thing where this lady had put the camping tent over their children's bed, and their children had a nice warm area with their blankets and stuff inside the tent to where they could sleep, because it keeps the heat in there. It's good. Place your stuff in a protective box for outside storage. Yes, you can do it. Yeah. You raise your house temperature. Yeah, all of that kind of stuff. Just be ready. Make sure you got the water. Keep the water from freezing. How would you keep your water from freezing? Probably stick it in a cooler, wrap it up in some blankets or something. Put it under your couch cushions. So that's a really good insulator right there. Get your plastic utensils. Yeah, get that. Paper plates. If you want coffee, you better get you some instant coffee. If you ain't got yourself some instant coffee and you're an avid coffee drinker, you might want to get you some instant coffee and or one of those percolators if you got a gas propane, a little miniature propane thing to where you can heat your stuff up like that. Look how little that is right there. A Coleman tabletop butane thing. Yeah, something like that. And if you want to use your gas grill outside or you want to make a fire inside your house, you better do it safely. Yeah, you hang the curtains or blankets. That's right, in certain doorways. Perfect, sissy. My mother would do that too. A solar generator when the skies are gray is perfect. No, it is good to have a solar generator, solar panels for the for the generator also, as well as if you got some people have generators, a mixed fuel generator, just sitting in their boxes. Yeah, and chances are that dual fuel generator setting in the box doesn't have all the equipment needed, the accessories to hook up to the propane tanks. Chances are, because you got to go buy that. You do. Yeah. Keep it by the stove. Get you some sticks to rub together to make a fire. All right. You can also, now see, here's what my grandmother used to do. My dad's mom, they would heat up rocks. They did it in the old time. You can't get the river rock. They will explode if you heat them. If you had some rocks, you can get really warm. Well, they would put it, it's like a, not burning hot. Put it in the bed and stuff, or put them under the bed. But you can get some warmth from a rock. I've not tried it, but I know that if you heat up rocks, if they will get really warm. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Laura, are you in the Arizona area? Because they're really they're growing. The population is. That's terrible. Oh. Yeah. Pine needles, dry. Yeah, candles, battery, non-perishable foods. Um, it's a theme. You don't touch much going on right now. Tennessee, wow. That's awful. YouTube brought you here and you are in Syria, and I don't think this is relevant for me, but anyway, sending you hugs. Sammy, honey, thank you. Well, it is somewhat relevant to be prepared in any situation. You could have societal collapse or something. You may not have a manual can opener if your power goes out. You may not. You may say, Gina, honey, the power has been out here in Syria because of all the bombing and stuff like that. Well, manual can opener is nice to have to open up canned goods. And if you had something you had to eat out of a can, make sure it's something that is safe to eat straight out of the can without heating it up. Yep, just like that too. Um, some things I wouldn't want to, but that's okay. You got a bed warmer. Yeah, get yourself prepared. Yeah. Hey, it might want to be nice to have a book to read, or coloring books, or a crossword puzzle, or seek and find, because you might get bored, or board games too. Get those handy too, because you might want to do that. Because I don't know how you're going to play video games or get on the internet if your Wi-Fi is not working, because without the way they got it hooked up here, I can't get Wi-Fi. Once that backup battery goes on on the phone line that they put in here, I want to extend that. I really do. I want to have a lot more than 10 hours. I won't have no Wi-Fi. It won't. Yeah. Um, yeah. Candles and clay pot for heat. Yeah. I would carry around a steel, a tin coffee can with the paper off of it, a roll of toilet paper, and a 90% alcohol, bottle of alcohol in my car with a lighter, because you can use that to heat up your car, but you got to crack the window. It's a coffee can that's tin, the big round ones, a roll of toilet paper, a bottle of rubbing alcohol, I think at least 90%, and you saturate your toilet paper in the alcohol, and then you light it, and then you, I don't know how you're going to blow it out. I don't. That's a good thought. But they did it like that. And I always carried one around in my car. I really did. You better take you a lid from with the pan. Put an extra metal lid. A metal lid that goes over a small pan in your car. Get it at the dollar store or something like that. A buddy heater at Lowe's. You can get them. Yeah. Um, the baby bottle just in case. What do you got a baby bottle for, Billy Joe? Are you doing random comments that just don't even make sense, Billy Yo? Um, we can survive so much on less right now. Things are forever changing. They are. Yeah. You got to get yourself a baby bottle. I don't know what you would use with it, but I guess you could put something in a baby bottle, and if you needed to squirt some stuff out, it has a very fine area. Um, and you could like squirt stuff out. I don't know. What do you do with it? Yeah. Some searches actually pull the heat away from your body. You want to stack your values and insulation. Excuse me. You got to go feed the baby seasons. Apple Brooks told me that you got blocked on a live stream, and your name was Flower. If you can somehow on your YouTube page in the About You section post the link to your original account, Flower, I should be able to go over there and unblock you. I don't know how you got blocked because I didn't block you, and there's no way of me finding you on the block list because they don't show everybody. If you are the Flower, um, if you can go into the About You section on your Seasons YouTube channel, put the original link to your YouTube channel, Flower, and I can unblock that account. Yeah. Yeah. It must have been when the things were flying up the screen, if that happened. Yes, you can figure it out. You can. I'm gonna show you really fast how you do it. Hold on for a moment. The baby will be okay for like 1 minute. The baby will, I promise. Unless the baby's screaming their head off and they're starving to death. Here's what you do. You go to your YouTube channel. I'm on the main page of the Gina Maria Colvin Hill YouTube channel. I go to About Me, which is more. So this is me. I'd have to sign in, but it's when you can go About You, you can put in your YouTube channel link. Yeah. Same thing happened to you, Ronnie. That's exactly right. If this ever happens to anyone on your on this channel, go to the channel that you made up and put the original link to your other channel and let me know in the live stream or someone else, and we can unblock you that way. Yeah, that's how you do it. I cannot find you. I looked and looked, and I thought, Apple Brooks, honey, I can't find her anywhere. I can't. Yeah. Sometimes things like that happen. It does, unintentionally. Yeah, you got it. Oh, yeah, YouTube will unsubscribe you to a lot of channels, and they will keep you from giving thumbs up and things like that, and they will block your comments also. I'm going to go. You got to get prepared. Get your candles out, get your lighters and your flashlights. Just get your winter clothing ready and your blankets. And if you got a tent, I'd have that on hand. It's just like a little bitty dome tent or something. Yeah, you want to stay warm and just do whatever you feel you need to do for your situation. Yeah, you're so welcome. So I'm going to go. And yeah, the Polizei. Polizei is how they were called in Germany when I lived in Berlin. The Polizei. Yeah. I'm going to go. Thank you, moderators. You all get prepared. And Lord help us if a mini ice age happened all of a sudden. And in the day after tomorrow, they said you have only 6 weeks, not even that, to prepare to move everybody from this line down south because they're going to be in capes in a big deep freeze. Got to go. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning.